Hi there, welcome to my channel. Are you helping me? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So focus. My name is Chandler. Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is so weird. I have clothes on for this. This should be easier. I'm not even doing anything on my computer. Why am I touching it? You know what? There. Hi there, welcome to my channel. Yep. This is gonna suck. Why does this sound so weird? Welcome to my channel. I don't really know what I'm gonna be posting on here just yet because I'm nervous. But for my first video, I'm gonna be talking about how I got into making amateur adult content, or I guess you can just call it amateur porn. If I can say porn on here, I'm not really sure. It'll be fine. I'm going to be talking about how I got into making adult content, and yeah, this will just be the story of how I got into that, and hopefully I don't miss anything. But this is something that I get asked a lot, so I figured I'd make my first YouTube video over this exciting adventure. So basically I'm just going to be getting ready and I'm going to tell you how I started filming, creating, posting, and making money off of adult content in my naked body. Yep. So first I'm going to go straighten my hair and then I will be back to do my makeup. I don't know how to do makeup, but this is just what I do. Yeah, so please don't judge me. I'm back. I don't know what to say. Let's just go with it. I'm back. So I'm going to be getting ready for my day because I have a lot of filming to do for all of my sites. I don't know, this is what you're talking about. I have a lot of stuff to do for all of my sites. Don't judge me on all of my face art that I do. I still have no idea what I'm doing whenever it comes to this, so we'll figure it out. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm going to start out with the beginning of how I got started in sex work. I guess I shouldn't say sex work. I don't know what the socially acceptable terms are, I guess. How I got started in adult content. I don't want to keep saying the P word. P word. So whenever I joined sex work, I started my first semester of college. At that point I was just selling pictures and I didn't really know what else I could do, but I knew I liked doing that. Honestly, growing up I really liked taking like photo sets, nothing bad obviously, but just like pictures. I remember dragging my parents outside to make them take pictures of me for like MySpace. I don't know. It was a weird time in my life. But I think that's where I really got my love of like pictures, dressing up, doing my makeup. Not very well, obviously. I wish I probably learned a little bit more in makeup, but it's fine. I'm fine. I got this. Growing up, I always really liked pictures. I really liked doing my hair, getting dressed up, and I think that really sparked my interest in just like the picture taking aspect of this. Some people, whenever they think about my line of work, they're like, oh my god, I can never do that because like you can't have clothes on 24/7. I have clothes on a lot. I live in like sweatpants and a hoodie. I guess shorts and a hoodie because it's hot out. I've always been okay with my body and showing my body, I guess. I don't know, nothing like that really bothered me. It always gets stuck in my nose ring. What was I saying? So whenever I was younger, I'd always search like how old do I have to be to sell pictures, like adult content. I was always 18, obviously, so please don't do it if you're not 18. Growing up, I didn't think there was anything wrong with like being sexy, whatever. I guess being sexy. I started watching Tila Tequila like really young. I feel old. I remember growing up, I always wanted to be like a stripper. So whenever a teacher would ask me like, hey, what do you want to be whenever you grow up? My first instinct was stripper, and then I was like, wait, I can't say that. Because then I knew there would be like some big intervention. But honestly, what's wrong with wanting to be a stripper? So I always knew I kind of wanted to do something in the line of adult content. I can't really say that I pictured myself doing this, but I'm so glad that I got into it. I'm not somebody that didn't have a choice, or like I was forced to do this, or like this was my last resort. I don't know, a lot of people act like sex work has to be your last resort, and that wasn't the case. My experience with it has been nothing but positive. I researched it a lot before I even started. So like, whenever I first got into it, I did a lot of research by looking up people that were currently in the sex work industry, porn industry. I looked at people that were in the porn industry. I watched a lot of documentaries. I remember watching Hot Girls Wanted, and now like looking back at it, that's really what got me into doing what I'm doing. Yeah, got me into doing what I'm doing. So sex work documentaries, porn documentaries, I don't really know, adult content documentaries. Is that the right word? I started watching Hot Girls Wanted, and I really liked one of the people that they showed. Her name's Bailey Rain. I don't know if any of you guys know her, but apparently she's really popular. I did not know that at the time, but I was watching the documentary type show, and then I remember really getting fascinated with what she did, because she did something that was a lot different from all of the other girls like in that series. She pretty much worked from home. They showed her like making her own videos, and I was like, she's literally making her own videos at her house by herself, and that concept really interested me. So then after watching that documentary, I got turned on to ManyVids, which is a platform where you can sell your videos, and I started looking through it. I looked through Bailey Rain's, and I was like, okay, I could do something like this. Like, this was possible for me, I guess. And it was kind of scary because obviously I have a hard time even talking in front of a camera, so like adding that naked aspect to it, or just like doing whatever on camera aspect to it, was terrifying. But I had a little experience with that just because I sold nudes whenever I was in my first semester of college. Being financially independent was something that was really important to me, especially whenever I like left home. And I guess leaving for a dorm isn't really leaving for home, but I felt bad asking my parents for money because they don't really have a lot. Not like, I was spoiled. My mom spoiled me growing up, but we didn't really grow up with a lot. So I didn't want to like ask her for money, which I could have, because she would have given it to me, but I just felt like I needed to be on my own. And so I downloaded an app after watching Double Dog. I think it's Double Dog. Nope, it wasn't Double Dog. That's the app. The app's Double Dog. I downloaded an app after watching a movie. Oh, the movie was called Nerve. It's actually a pretty good movie. I don't know, but I got on the app that was kind of similar to the movie, and everybody was doing dares, and then there's like a aspect where people can pay you for doing a dare, but you have to like send a video of you completing the dare. I don't know, my antisocial self was like, I mean, as long as I don't have to talk to anybody. I did dares, and then I realized like most of the people on this site want bad pictures for money, but then I was like, you know what, they're gonna pay me $4 or $5, I'll just take it. And I ended up making like $900 in a week, and then I just got interested. I was like, well, what else can I do that's like this but not through this freaking horrible app? And I found it. I started researching it. So I really got started in taking pictures, and I realized like, wow, there's a lot of money in this. Really, I got super into making the video aspect of it whenever I was in my third semester of college. At that point I was living on my own. I wasn't in a dorm. I had to pay rent. I had to pay like utilities and everything, and I could not focus, like I couldn't put that on my parents at that point. So I knew I needed to be financially independent, and I worked retail before, and I freaking hated it. I hated it. So I knew I did not want to do that, and I was playing a college sport. So I really didn't have the time to like do anything besides like go to practice and whatever I could do from my house. And Then I watch all of the documentaries. I watch After Porn Ends, which isn't really like amateur porn, but I really wanted to see like the professional porn aspect of it because I felt like that was important, especially if I was getting into amateur porn. So I watched that just to see how it kind of affects people's lives, because a lot of people say like you have no life after porn, and at that point I had to kind of decide if I was okay with what the porn industry and just being naked online does to you and your reputation and just all of it. So I watched all of those. There's a couple more that I watched. I don't know. I can give you a recommended documentary list if you really want it. But I got super into those. There was just a time where I like straight binge watched everything that I could, because that's the only way that I could like really see what everything was about, because everybody's like, yeah, if you join porn then you're gonna have to get naked in front of a lot of people like in person, and that's the point that I didn't want to be at, because I'm from like a conservative town in a terrible state, but I'm from like a conservative town. There's no porn industry here, so it's not like I could just hop on a plane and go somewhere where there is and then get filmed. And also I didn't want to film with anybody. Like, I don't know, I wasn't ready to take that step, so I just wanted to be by myself. I cammed a little bit, which is basically where you log on and people can tip you so you can do like certain tasks, which you completely get to be in control of. So I thought, well, that aspect of it's cool, so I can pick what I want to do and what I'm comfortable with. So I did camming for a while, but honestly, camming, you have to have like a set schedule and stick to it, and I suck at that. I'm terrible. Which, like, camming was a lot of fun, but also I don't like talking to people. I don't know, I have social anxiety, so social interactions are really weird for me. Really weird. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I'm terrible. Oh yeah, that was good. So what was I saying? Yeah, I watched a lot of documentaries about porn stars because I knew that there was a small chance, I mean, I didn't think there was a big chance that if I joined amateur porn, everybody would find out. And I had to figure out if I was okay with that, especially like being a college athlete, being a college student, and in family aspects. And obviously in like relationship aspects too. But at the time that wasn't really a problem. Or something that I really had to worry about, I guess. I just kind of went with it because, I don't know, I'm pretty independent some days. I had like a mental discussion with myself. And I was like, would I be okay if people found out that this is what I was doing? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, throughout my life, I have been so sexualized. Like, even not on terms that I wanted to be sexualized, just so sexualized. And I didn't ever think being sexy was bad. I mean, I wanted to be a freaking stripper growing up, so I guess I kind of knew in a roundabout way. I decided that my family is gonna love me no matter what I do. They're not paying my bills. I don't want them to pay my bills. And they're just gonna love me regardless. Yeah, I figured they wouldn't agree with it. At least not at first. I really didn't expect them to agree with it, which kind of sucked, but I figured we can work past it. And that's just kind of the approach that I took with my friends and family, was that if they really care, like, that much not to talk to me because I chose this career path, then I wouldn't care about them or really what they thought. Because I'm old enough where I can make my decisions. I mean, I was over 18. I wasn't relying on anybody for anything. Through school, I was always labeled as something, whether that be bad or good. I was always labeled as something, and I figured that's just how life is. You're going to be labeled no matter what you do, so you might as well do what you want. I was always like the weird kid or the shy kid or the girl with really bad RBF, so nobody wanted to talk to her, which is fine. I don't like talking anyway. But I had social anxiety. I didn't talk a lot in school. I kind of kept to myself and kept to my friends, and I don't know. I did sports. I did like speech and debate. I loved acting. I loved like having a skit, and I guess that kind of helped in my career. I guess just like all of that combined. I don't know, it just felt like the right decision to join the amateur porn industry. I felt like I was independent, I didn't really care, and I didn't think my family would care. I mean, like, care to the extent of not talking to me or like disowning me, which, I mean, my mom tried, but she realized she actually loves me for me. I mean, she didn't realize that. She knew that. But she got over it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, everybody thought I was like every bad word that you can call a female or a girl in like your life. Everybody already thought I was those things, so I didn't really care if people called me like a slut or whatever. I mean, I'm on the internet by myself mostly. How, like, I'm not even sleeping with anybody. I wasn't even sleeping with anybody in like school whenever I got called that either. I was always sexualized. Sexualized. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Somebody that I had slept with thought it would be a good idea to go onto Twitter and say like, hey, I'm gonna post my most embarrassing sex story. I just need to hit like 100 likes or whatever. And I remember seeing that tweet and I was like, that's just dumb. Like, that's dumb to out somebody. Because it's not just like your embarrassing sex story. It's somebody else's embarrassing sex story, and you don't need to do that. Especially for likes. Like, I don't think anybody needs to do that. But I remember seeing that tweet, and then like a couple hours later I remember getting a bunch of text messages, and it was like, hey, did you see so-and-so's tweet? Did you see this? Did you see that? And I was like, what are these people talking about? And I went to their Twitter and I realized like, well, fuck, their embarrassing sex story is me. It wasn't like something that happened. I don't know. It was something that happened. But they thought it'd be super embarrassing, and obviously super embarrassing for me. So they got the likes that they wanted, and I got embarrassed in front of everybody that they follow. Embarrassed during school. I was just embarrassed. Like, that's not a good place to be, especially whenever you're in school and you're already like antisocial and you don't talk to a lot of people or have like a lot of friends, and then everybody just kind of like, I don't know, makes fun of you for that one embarrassing sex story that you did for 100 likes. So they wrote this whole like tweet thing about me and our embarrassing sex story, and that kind of sucked, but I was used to it. I was used to people talking about me without actually like knowing me or caring how I felt. I mean, I was the out gay kid in like junior high, well, before junior high. Like, I was always the kid that people wanted to make fun of because I had non-traditional parents, or I looked a certain way, or I was gay. I don't know. I liked girls, so people made fun of me. But yeah, the super terrible person decided to do that for some likes. And then at that point, like, you realize people are gonna sexualize you and find ways to like take advantage of you in any aspect that they can. So why not just take advantage of my capability and what I can do with my body and benefit off of it in a way that benefits me and doesn't benefit other people. So that's my rant for the day. But people were sexualizing me. Like, that's something that I think happens to a lot of girls, especially young girls. So I guess I didn't care. I didn't care how people saw me, because I think amateur porn and content's cool. I don't see a problem with it. I never did. People are people. People choose to do certain jobs, and I see that as a job. I mean, you're creating your own media and selling it. You're not selling your body, you're selling a product, and that product just so happens to be like pictures or videos of your body. That's fine. People can have my pictures and videos, I don't care. Yeah, this was something that I thought that I'd have a lot of fun with, and that's something that I struggled to find in like my last job, was something that I really wanted to put the time and effort into building and making. And I don't know, I saw this as a way to express myself, but also like show my sexy, I don't know if I like that word, my sexy side. I look so sexy right now. But like show that side of me, and it also brought me out of my shell. So whenever I first joined, I watched all the documentaries. I went through like sex work Twitter, which is just a bunch of like porn stars, amateur porn stars, girls that sell nudes, whatever. It's just like a whole community of people that are in the same kind of work as what I wanted to be in. So I found a couple people that I really liked and I really related to, and I ended up making my whole like sex work persona. So my adult content creator persona. So hello, Chandler Knight was born. But I made all of like the Twitters and social media, Instagram and everything for it, because you don't want to use your personal stuff. I mean, I don't have personal stuff now, but I just have my work stuff, and that's fine with me because I don't really want to exist online other than porn. Yep, Chandler Knight was born. Sorry, Mom. So I saw the kind of content that other people were making, and I was like, oh, I could do that. Like, I'm comfortable with doing these things, and I made a list of things that I'm okay with doing and okay with showing. And at first it wasn't a lot, because I was scared. Like, I was scared of being in front of a camera. I was scared of, I was just scared of everything. I was scared of talking. I didn't use my voice in a video for like the first 7 months that I did this, because I was so scared. And then like the competitive part of me came out, not like competitive with other people, but I just wanted to constantly beat myself in what I was doing, whether that was like how much money I was making that month or the content that I was putting out. I just kept wanting to push myself to do better. So I found people that I really idolized and inspired me. I watched their content, I watched their social media, I saw kind of how they did things, and I didn't want to copy anybody by any means. I just wanted to get like a feel for it. And after a couple months of really watching like what they were doing and what worked for them, I kind of did it and put my own spin on it for how I wanted to run my sites and my social media and my content. And I just kind of built off of that. I know a lot of people ask me, especially like my friends, they come to me and they're like, well, how do I do this? Well, first you have to put a lot of effort into it and time, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do. So then they end up like starting amateur content and thinking like this is going to be super easy, but it's not. Like, you have to stick to a schedule, you have to stick to a filming plan, you have to interact with fans and customers and just people that support you, you have to do social media. You're basically running like a small business from your house, and that's the part that I wanted like so bad. Because I didn't want to leave my house. I don't want to talk to other people. I just wanted to sit here and get naked sometimes. And also like the marketing part of it was interesting to me. I like social media. Sometimes I like social media sometimes. So I started building my online personality, and it blew up after a while. I'm not going to say like it blew up instantly, but I put a lot of time into it. I tried to constantly beat myself, like I said, and I did for a long time. I was just constantly putting out new content and new videos and doing custom orders and just all of it. And after like a year, really, I started to see like something from it. I can honestly say the first month of me doing sex work, I was paying all of my bills. Adult content. I was paying all of my bills on my own, and that's a big deal, especially whenever I was juggling like college and sports and everything. I was able to support myself and another person. So this is the point where I just rub my hands all over my face just for fun. So after a while, people started to find out what I did. People started finding me on social media that like I knew. Thankfully, nobody was like super weird about it. They were just kind of like, hey, I saw you online, and I'd be like, hey, okay, good to know. I don't know, before you join adult content and want to show anything on the internet, you have to realize that people might find you. And in my head, like, so what if they did? I really didn't care. So that made it really not that awkward whenever I had to deal with people that knew me in real life. But it does get back to your family and your parents. And whenever that happens, you just have to take it step by step, because there's a lot of like phases that parents and family go through. Luckily, a lot of mine were just super supportive, just wanted me to be safe in whatever I did, which that's to be expected. And really, my parents were at the point where they just wanted me to be happy, even if they didn't accept everything that I was gonna do. They just wanted to make sure that I was happy. And I think once they saw that like I could really take care of myself and my things, that my parents really came around and were like, okay, like she knows what she's doing, but she has like a plan for it. I feel like I have a plan most days. Some days, I don't know. I have a plan more so some days than others. Do I look super weird with one eyebrow? Probably. I will pluck these bad boys someday. That day is not today. People are gonna find you online, I think is what I was getting at. I just mainly tried to make it seem like it was not a big deal that they found me. Obviously, if I am posting my bare body to the internet on a site like the Hub, that sounds so official, the Hub. If I post my nude body on the Hub, people are probably gonna find me and think that they have something on me. But if I'm posting this for like the entire world to see, then obviously I know you saw it. I just built this brand, basically. I just built my brand. I built my stores. I joined different websites that I wanted to try out. Obviously I didn't know which ones were gonna work, so I just posted my content to everything. Eventually I joined the Hub, which was like the most popular porn site. Content site. It's the most popular content site online, and that really helped me with people finding me and eventually sometimes liking me. Yeah, so I posted some free content. That's probably the best thing that I could have done. It really helped me build like a base of people that might actually like me a little bit and want to watch my stuff. And I realized like, wow, there is income and money that you can get from this, and it isn't all just from people buying your stuff either. Like you can get view share and everything. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So I spent a couple months really just building my profiles and my content library and seeing like what people liked and what people were interested in. Like I said, I researched a lot. Like I went through all the documentaries for porn, for amateur porn, for strippers, for everything. And I looked at statistics for like what websites got the most traffic, what people really liked using in the community to sell videos or to make free view share off of videos. I looked at like what categories people searched the most, because on most websites they will post like what was searched the most in that year or that month. And if people are searching for those things and you get content up that are tagged under those things, you're gonna generate traffic. And my whole thing was, if I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna hold anything back. I'm going to give it my all and really treat this as a career, because that's what I wanted it to be. This isn't something that I'm just doing for a couple months because I want the money. Like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy making content. I enjoy interacting with people in a way that doesn't make me feel like super insecure and awkward and anxious. Like, I just love the community so much. And people are so nice in this community, and they're so willing to help you. I don't know, that's just something. I don't have a lot of friends. I never really have. So I spend a lot of time by myself. And this is something that I could do by myself. This is something that I didn't have to rely on anybody for. And that took me a while to like figure out, that I didn't need to rely on somebody to help me with my content or give me content ideas. I just had to not be scared with the ideas that I did have, and I needed to just do it. Because because I get scared. I talk myself out of a lot of things. I talked myself out of this video like 30,000 times. Even just like today, I talked myself out of it. But you just do it. That's what I wanted to do, and that's eventually what I ended up doing with adult content. I just did it. I had ideas and I filmed those ideas. I wanted to go by what people actually would search and look up, and that's just the kind of content that I made for a while, and it paid off. Now I get to really like live a life that I've wanted to. I can support myself. I don't know, I actually have like that base and community of people that support me and like watching me, and that's something that's really cool to me, even if I'm naked and doing whatever. I don't know, it's a lot less stressful than like sitting in front of this camera and just talking with my clothes on. I just feel awkward, like I should be doing something else, but I can't. I don't want to. So that's kind of how I got into adult content. That's how I started and researched everything, figured out what I was doing, because I had no idea. I guess my eyeliner kind of looks okay-ish. I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't really have anybody that could help me. Oh, that was a very fast transition. I didn't have anybody to ask questions to, so I was always kind of the person that searched up everything that I could possibly think of to try to find an answer for it on my own. Yeah. Honestly, like, it's a big commitment, but also like a very large opportunity that you can have if you join adult content. And I'm not like advocating for anybody to join adult content, but if you're interested in it, then you really need to figure out with yourself, like, what am I okay doing? What am I okay with? Am I okay with like these things that come with joining the industry? And then you kind of figure it out for yourself, like what you want to do, if this is a step that you really want to take. And that's that's basically what I did to decide this was something that I wanted to take the risk of doing. And I'm so glad that I did. I mean, I could have chose to do so many other things, but I chose to do this, to do this, because I wanted to. I don't know. I like my job, and that's not something that a lot of people my age can say, but luckily I can. And I love that I can say that. I feel like I'm putting my time and effort into something that's really benefiting me. And I love that I can do this completely by myself. Because there's so many, like, even documentaries, it doesn't show you what somebody that truly does amateur porn, they don't show you what their day is like, or what shooting content is like. Like, they might for a couple seconds show you, but then they always try to make this negative connotation, like you're gonna have to work with other people or be in uncomfortable situations. There's really no uncomfortable situation that you can be in if you are making your own content and selling your own content. You're completely, like, everything's completely up to you. You get to decide what you wear, you get to decide what you want to do, how you want it shot, you get to decide everything. And that level of independence is nice. It's something that I really wanted and really needed. And it's something that, like, brings me out of my shell. I went to amateur, not really amateur, just like porn conventions. That's something I never saw myself doing or being able to do. But it's such like a great community that I enjoy them. I enjoy being around people that do similar to what I do. And it's just fun. It's free and it's fun. And that's why I joined amateur porn. Because I can do exactly what I want to do on my own time. And I have fun doing it. I always knew I'd have fun doing it. There's so many different things that I can do with my job. And I can travel and I'm not like on a set anything. It's just all up to me. And that's why I joined porn. Because it's all up to me. So I just went ahead and got ready because I get stuck talking and then I don't do anything. But it's nice to play with my makeup, so I have something for my hands. I don't know what this is. Something for my hands to do. I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to. My journey to porn was pretty much, I wanted to do it, so I did it. I watched a lot of documentaries because I'm a nerd. That's really how I got into this. Yeah. I hope this answered some of your questions. I know a couple of you on my Instagram were curious about how I got into this line of work and chose to do what I do, and this is how. If anybody wants to do what I do or join, I'm not advocating that like you should or anything, because you should obviously have a very long talk with yourself before you choose to do this. You can use my referral links that will be down below. I think that's how you do it. That you can use down below, and my codes to join sites. If you use my referral links and codes, then I will help you as much as I can and answer literally any question that you have. Signing up is really easy. I learned whenever I first joined, all you have to do is have a valid ID, answer all of the questions that they want, and fill out some forms. But it's pretty easy. And if you want to do this and have had that long discussion with yourself, then let me know. I'll have different ways that you can get a hold of me, and if you use my referral codes that are down below, basically, I will help you. I'll give you anything that you need. Honestly, I think that's all I got. I'm on like a couple different sites, and I can tell you which ones I really like, which ones I don't really like, which ones I utilize, and how to be successful on some. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. That sounds weird. I've never had to say that before. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me, I guess, on whatever. You'll have all of my stuff. You'll figure it out. And I've successfully made it through my first video in the closet. Literally.